And narrator, you can go ahead.
Pleasant morning to all present here. We, the Team 3, here to present a legal skit on the case of Ramani vs. State of Tamil Nadu, inspired from the case of Shaji Ramana Nair vs. State of Maharashtra 2007. It is based on robbery, assault, and battery. In this skit, Nandika will be playing the role of judge, and Meghna as a public prosecutor, Lekya as defense counsel, and Nishant as police, and Soumi as victim, and Sai Vashni as accused number 1. Nishant now will give you a brief about the case.
Thank you, Madhavan. The prosecution case in brief. On August 1st, 2021, prosecution witness to Soumya, who was the driver of the Maruti Zen car bearing number TN02JA9654, parked in front of the NCP Theatre, Velachery, near the bus stop number 108, was sitting inside the car and was taking a lunch at about 11:15 a.m. At that time, suddenly one person entered the car and pointed a knife at Soumya. Being frightened, the accused shouted, "Thief, thief," to distract. Soumya tried to rescue herself from the clutches of those persons. At the time, the appellant caused her injuries over her right and thumb. Also, one has gagged their mouth with a kerchief. As many people, particularly the accused, saw the incident. At the same time, the police also came there in a police jeep and caught both the culprits. The accused number 1, Ramani, who was holding the knife, and accused number 2, Leo, deceased, were arrested later, but later on, accused number 2 absconded and ran in front of the bus.
Thank you, Nishant. Let's watch a small video for better understanding of the case. I hope you all understood the case. Now, the FIR has been filed based on the warrant case instituted upon the complaint lodged by the victim. Since the accused has not been discharged with lack of evidence, the magistrate holds a regular trial after framing a charge. Now, moving on, the accused is charged for the crime and has been produced in front of the court within 24 hours. Now, let me explain all the sections involved in this case. Section 393 of the IPC for the offense of committing robbery. Next, the Section 394 of the IPC for the offense intentionally hurting while committing robbery, and Section 398 of the IPC for the offense of robbery and dacoity. Now let's move on to the skit. Now the day 1 begins in the magistrate court.
Silence.
CC number 102021. Date August 2nd. Time 11 a.m.
Ramani.
Now the investigating officer is producing the accused in front of the magistrate.
Good morning, Your Honor.
What is your name?
Ramani, Your Honor.
What is the father's name?
Shankar Nathan, Your Honor.
Here are the FIR and copies and evidences, Your Honor.
You have been charged under Section 393 of IPC for the offense of committing robbery, Section 394 of the offense initially hurting while committing robbery, and Section 398 of IPC for the offense of robbery and dacoity. Are you pleading guilty?
No, Your Honor, I am not pleading guilty.
Is this your ring and kerchief?
Yes, Your Honor.
Further, could you like to have a defense counsel and proceed towards the trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Since the offense punishable is exceeding 7 years, charges framed are to be dealt by the session judge. The entire case record, along with the material objects, are transferred to the session court. As per Section 174 of CRPC, police must produce the charge sheet along with the collection of further evidence after final investigation directly to the session court before 90 days of the arrest. Accused is bound over to appear before the session judge on 5th of November 2021. Until then, the accused will be under police custody.
Silence.
Now, after 90 days, session court commences.
All rise. Justice Nandika presiding. SEC number
102021. Date 5th November 2021.
Now, the recording of prosecution evidence begins. So, basically, after the framing of the charge, the prosecution is asked to examine its witness.
Prosecution may proceed.
Your Honor, the accused has been charged with the crime of committing robbery under Section 393, 394, and 398. The accused has stolen the victim's wallet and has assaulted her with a knife while she was having her lunch in the car. The evidence will show that the wallet was stolen on the afternoon of 1st August. On the same day, the accused was arrested for having the stolen wallet and running towards the seashore. The evidence I present will prove to you that the accused is guilty as charged.
Your Honor, under the law, my client is presumed innocent until proven guilty. During this trial, you will find no real evidence against my client. You will come to know the real truth that Ramani was just having the wallet stolen by someone else. After finding out that the wallet was stolen, Ramani was just trying to do the right thing by returning the wallet to its owner. Therefore, I would like to tell you that my client is not guilty.
The prosecution may call its first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to call the victim.
Soumya, Soumya, Soumya. Raise your hand. Repeat after me. I swear upon the God
I swear upon the God
that I am telling the truth.
that I am telling the truth.
State your full name for the record.
Soumya Balaji.
So, Soumya, where do you work?
I own Martina Car Sales,
Okay, can you tell the address of your business?
14 by 25, Kanda Nagar, Velacheri.
Okay, where were you on the 1st of August?
I went to the theater to watch a movie.
Did you have your wallet before entering the theater?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How much money was there in your wallet?
I usually keep my money in the dashboard of my car. I just had enough money to buy the movie ticket in my pant wallet.
Where did you keep your wallet?
In my pant pocket,
Okay, and then when did the movie get over?
around 10:45 a.m.
Did you see the accused in the theater?
Yes, I saw her when I was leaving the movie theater.
And how did the accused attack you?
She had a knife in her hand and came near my car.
Was there anyone with the accused?
There was another person who gagged me when I tried to shout for help.
And what happened to your right thumb?
My finger was scratched by the knife.
Okay, and another question, like when did the police arrive?
Within 5 minutes, I believe they were nearby.
Thank you, Soumya. I have no further questions.
Defense, do you have any question for the complaint?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed with your cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. Soumya, may I know when did you find out that your wallet went missing?
After I reached my car while I was having my lunch.
Did you buy anything during the interval?
Yes, I bought a popcorn.
So you're telling me that you had your wallet during the interval, right?
Yes.
Did you take anyone else with the movie?
No, no one.
Soumya, as you already mentioned, you got a scratch by the knife. Can you be more specific who physically attacked you?
Since I was in a frightful stage, I could not recognize properly.
Okay, so you said you saw my client, right, while leaving the theater. Where exactly did you see her?
Objection, Your Honor. The questioner is trying to distract my client.
Objection overruled.
Soumya, can you answer the question?
Yes, I saw her. I feel she was like following me.
You felt like. Soumya, can you be more clear? Because your answer is not clear. Be specific, please.
Yes, it's her.
Note this point, Your Honor. The witness herself is not sure whether she saw my client or not. Moving on. Can you tell me what exactly happened around 11:15?
I was eating lunch after the movie in my car, and that was the same time when one person threatened me with a knife and other person gagged me. When I shouted for help, the person who had knife ran away and got hit by the bus.
So now, are you sure the person who gagged you is my client?
Yes.
Do you have proof for that?
I'm not sure.
Thank you, Soumya. That's all, Your Honor.
The witness is excused. Prosecution may call its next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to call the investigating officer.
Nishant, Nishant, Nishant. Raise your hand. Repeat after me. I swear upon the God
I swear upon the God
that I am telling the truth.
that I am telling the truth.
State your full name.
Yes, Nishant.
So, Mr. Nishant, where do you work?
I work in the Tirunelveli R3 police station.
Okay, were you on duty on the 1st of August?
Yes, I was going on rounds near the bus stop.
Did you observe the plaintiff shouting?
Yes, I did.
What did you see?
I saw the lady near the car holding the knife and another person running towards the seashore who ended up in a bus accident.
Okay, so is this the same knife the accused had?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I would like to mark this knife as an evidence. And so, yes, after the arrest, did you go to investigate the crime scene?
Yes.
Did you find any material evidence from the spot?
Yes, I found a ring and a kerchief in the car seat.
Okay. So, does that material evidence belong to the accused?
Yes, it belonged to the accused as she confirmed during the statement before the magistrate.
Thank you, Mr. Nishant. And that's all, Your Honor. I have no further questions.
Defense, do you have any question for the witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed with your cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Nishant, since it has been 90 days, have you produced the charge sheet to the court?
Objection, Your Honor.
Objection overruled. You may answer the question.
No, not yet charged.
As it is one of the important cross proceedings, may I know the reason?
We are still collecting the evidence.
Wow, that's an awesome answer, officer. Note this point, Your Honor. Continuing with the question. Was there anything unusual about the knife?
Yes, based on my experience, it was more likely a butterfly knife.
Can you explain the court what butterfly knives are?
Yes, they are like pocket knife that comprises of two handles, which can rotate in such a way that it enables to hide the blade of the knife.
Did you see my client harming the victim with that knife?
No, I did not.
Thank you, Mr. Nishant. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
The witness is excused. Prosecution may call its next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to call the forensic examiner.
Madhavan, Madhavan, Madhavan. Raise your hand. Repeat after me. I swear upon the God
I swear upon the God
that I am telling the truth.
that I am telling the truth.
State your full name.
Madhavan Srinivasan.
So, Mr. Madhavan, where do you work?
I'm employed at the Forensic Science Department and I've been qualified as a fingerprint examiner for the past 5 years.
Okay. Have you ever seen this knife before?
Yes, actually, I was asked to check for my fingerprints at my lab.
Okay. Did you find any fingerprints on the knife as a result of the testing?
Yeah, there were several fingerprint impressions.
Okay. Were you able to identify the fingerprints of the accused in the knife?
Yes, the prints I found on the knife were identical to the fingerprints taken from the accused.
Okay. Did you find the accused's fingerprint on the car seats?
Yes, I did that.
Okay. Note this point, Your Honor. Did you find the accused fingerprints on the victim's wallet?
Yes, it was present there as well.
Okay. Thank you. And I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have any question for the witness?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed with your cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Madhavan, as a matter of fact, you also found another fingerprint on the knife which do not belong to my victim, didn't you?
Yes, that is correct.
Do you know whom they belong to?
No, we couldn't find it. We don't know.
Thank you, Mr. Madhavan. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
The witness is excused. Do you have any other witness?
That's all, Your Honor.
The statement of accused begins. Here, it is mandatory for the court to question the accused after examining the evidence of the prosecution. This examination is without oath and before the accused enters a defense.
Ramani, Ramani, Ramani.
Ramani, do you accept the evidence provided by the prosecution?
No, Your Honor, I am not guilty.
You have anything to say before the court proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to strongly express that I don't have any intention to rob nor commit any physical attack on the victim. Therefore, I would like to continue with my defense.
As per the statement you have given in the magistrate, you said the kerchief and the ring is yours. Is that true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense may proceed with recording of the evidence.
Here, the defense evidence begins. Here, the accused is not acquitted for the absence of evidence. So the defense is entered and the evidence is adduced in its support.
Raise your hand. Repeat after me. I swear upon the God
I swear upon the God
that I am telling the truth.
that I am telling the truth.
State your full name for the record.
Ramani Shankar Nath.
Ramani, where were you on the 1st of August?
I was at the NCPA theater watching a movie.
Did you see Soumya at the location?
Yes.
Did you talk to her?
No, but I was trying to.
Ramani, why were you trying to? Do you know her before?
I just wanted to ask her where she bought her wallet since it was looking so pretty, but then she left it on her seat in the theater.
What did you do then?
I followed her to return the wallet.
Did you give the wallet back?
No, when we were exiting the theater, it was crowded, so I lost track of her.
Did you find her later?
Yes, she was having lunch in her car, so I approached her to return the wallet.
Ramani, as you mentioned, you lost your ring and kerchief. Can you be more specific where you lost it and how you lost it?
No, I cannot remember the place where I lost it.
Did you see anyone suspicious near the victim's car?
Yes, he was pointing a knife at her, so I shouted, "Thief, thief."
Ramani, what happened next?
As soon as the police approached, the thief ran away and got hit by the bus. He dropped the knife, so I took it to show it as the evidence to the police.
Ramani, don't you know taking a knife would be a risk for you?
I never thought about that. All I had in my mind was to save the victim.
Thank you, Ramani. I have no further questions and no other witnesses, Your Honor.
Public prosecutor, do you want to cross-examine?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can proceed.
Thank you. Ramani, as you said, you didn't know her before, so why were you so desperate to save her?
Yes, I didn't know her, but it is a human tendency to save a person when their life is at risk.
Nobody in the spot did anything about the theft but you. Why is that?
This was the main reason I wanted to save her, because everyone in the spot was focused on capturing photos and videos, but no one came forward to save her.
Was your intention really to save her, or are you trying to divert the case?
Objection, Your Honor. This is an irrelevant question.
Objection overruled.
You may answer the question.
I cannot comment on this.
Note this point, Your Honor, she is not able to answer this question, so it is obvious that she is trying to divert the case.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, from the statement of the officer, your ring and kerchief was found inside the car. Did you enter the car?
No, I did not.
Then why was the ring and kerchief inside the car?
I don't know how it was inside the victim's car.
Note this point, Your Honor. Thank you. And Your Honor, there are no further questions.
The witness is excused. Does the defense rest?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, the final argument begins. This is the final stage of the trial. The CRPC provides that when the examination of the witness for the defense is complete, the prosecutor shall sum up the prosecution case.
To prove the crime charged against the accused, the prosecution must prove three things. First, the accused holding or taking the wallet belonging to someone else. Second, the accused pointing the knife towards the claimant, which is assault, and physical hurt, which will be amounts to battery. Third, producing the charge sheet and further evidence against the accused before 90 days. If the court believes that the prosecution proved all the three, beyond a reasonable doubt, then the court will order the accused guilty. But if the court believes that the prosecution did not prove any one of them beyond a reasonable doubt, then the court will find the accused not guilty. The final argument are the last chance for the prosecutor and the defense counsel to talk about the evidence and to try to convince the court to see the way as you do. Prosecution, you may begin.
Yes, Your Honor. As you said that we must prove three things, there is absolutely no question about the first two things we must prove. First, the accused was arrested holding the wallet belonging to the plaintiff. Second, the complainant testified pointing the knife, which also caused an injury in her thumb. And moreover, the accused has also gagged my client. According to this, the accused can be found guilty for committing crime under Section 394 of the IPC, that is, intentionally causing hurt while committing robbery. Therefore, all we have to prove is that the accused stole the wallet and intended to keep it away from the victim for at least some time. The accused admitted wanting to buy a wallet like the victim, as it was really pretty. It has never been proved that the accused did not have the intention to steal. Third, according to the evidence provided by the forensic expert, it is evident that the fingerprint of the accused are prominent in the knife and the victim has suffered injury in her right thumb. Fourth, it is also proven by the evidence provided by the prosecutor witness 3 that the fingerprints of the accused are present in the wallet and the car seats. This shows that the accused has tried to keep the victim's wallet and has also entered the victim's car. Fifth, based on the material evidence provided and the statement given by the accused in the cross-examination, the accused was not able to explain how her ring and kerchief was inside the car. According to this, the accused has committed offense under trespass. Sixth, my client has also claimed that she has been gagged and threatened with a knife, which gives a nervous shock. According to this, the accused is supposed to be found guilty for unlawfully harassing my client. Also, it is not proven that the accused did not have the intention to cause harm to my client or steal money. According to this is all we have to prove, and based on the evidence provided, you must find the accused guilty as charged. Thank you.
Your Honor, my humble submission. CC number 102021, sections 393, 394, 398 against the state. Your Honor, this is a case of robbery, battery, and assault. Now, the defense submits that the prosecutor has not proven beyond reasonable doubt that my client, Ms. Ramani, is guilty. I would like to mention 4 points that show my client is not guilty. First, from the statement provided by the victim, she said that she cannot recognize who attacked her with the knife because she was in a frightful state. So we have no clear evidence whether Ramani really attacked her or not, where the prosecution has failed to prove that. Second, the fingerprints that were found on the knife by the forensic science department have reported that they not only found my client's fingerprint, but also other fingerprints which might belong to the deceased accused Leo, and the prosecution's own experts confers that they weren't able to identify whose fingerprints they were. Third, the failure of production of the charge sheet within the 90 days of the trial by the police department. They gave us the excuse that they were still collecting evidence, which shows how irresponsible they were. Fourth, is the prosecution has failed to prove that Ms. Ramani's real intention was to rob the victim. As per the statement of the IO, he said that there were no objects went missing that belonged to the victim. Finally, the prosecution has argued on things which are completely irrelevant and are not present in the FIR itself. Your Honor, my client is an honest person and was only trying to return the wallet to the victim. If she had meant to keep the wallet, why would she go near the victim's car? Remember that under the law, my client is presumed to be innocent. The prosecution must prove every part of its case beyond reasonable doubt. That means you must be very sure. One of the things they must prove is that my client intended to keep the wallet from the victim. My client is the only person who knows what she intended and testified under oath she wasn't trying to keep the wallet from the owner, but was trying to return it. The prosecution has presented no real evidence to show you that this is not true. This means that there is a reasonable doubt and therefore you must find Ramani not guilty. Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, the judge will discuss ratio decidency and obiter dicta before the verdict.
On perusal of the record and material evidence, it is seen that the complainant has alleged that accused one has threatened complainant by pointing a knife. Per contra, the defense counsel submitted the statement given by PW1 is not in consonance with the FIR registered by the police. And similarly, the evidence of PW1 is not in lines of the FIR. It is pertinent to note that the investigating officer who arrested accused 1 and accused 2 deceased has not seized and produced material objects properly and thereby failed to establish the prosecution case, and accused 1 used deadly weapon for committing the offense. Similarly, the evidence of investigating officer with regard to the presence of accused 1 and accused 2 in the scene of occurrence differs with that of this file before court. Verdict will be announced at 4 p.m. today. Court is dismissed.
Silence.
The court resumes on the same day at 4 p.m. Now, the verdict will be announced by the judge.
Silence.
Now, the sender will be recording the verdict.
Verdict. November 5th, 2021, 4 p.m. SC number 102021. In the case of Ramani versus State of Tamil Nadu, the court found the accused not guilty. For the foregoing reason, the benefit of doubt is given to the accused 1. Therefore, the accused is acquitted for the charges of section 398, 394, 393 of IPC, and she may be set at liberty forthwith. Court adjourned.
This concludes our legal skit in the session court. We thank all of you for coming today and actively listening. Hope you all like it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
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 Superlative work, children. Excellent work. And whose arrangement, the backdrop?
Nandika, ma'am.
Nandika, ma'am.
Nandika, ma'am.
Yes, okay. So everything is well planned except other than the cake knife. Knife. Show the knife, Meghna. Huh? Why not the vegetable knife? Only the cake knife is available.
No, ma'am. I thought you said that we shouldn't use a real knife, ma'am. That's why.
Okay.